Hello, I'm Madeleine from Sheen Slings, and this is how to support your baby's head and neck in a Caboo carrier. So this is a fabulous carrier for newborns. It's really supportive and really cuddly, but quite often parents come to me saying they're really worried about their baby's head, how best to support it, and that it feels like baby's head's really wibbly wobbly. Now there are some really easy fixes to this and easy ways to get more support in this carrier, which I am going to show you. But before I show you them, I want you to firstly check how your baby is sat in the sling. We want to check that they are sat with their weight on their bottom and their knees up higher. So if we bring that up, you can see the top of the knees are quite a bit higher than the bottom of the bum, and the weight is on the bum. Why is that important? Well, most of the support for baby's head and neck comes from that shape in their seat. So if I tuck my tailbone under in this more seated position, you can see on me, I can't actually get my head back very far. It would come forwards against my caregiver, but it actually can't come a long way back. Versus if I untuck my pelvis and stand up straight, now I can throw my head back a long way. And how that would look in your baby is if they were, instead of the weight being on their bottom, their pelvis was tilted forwards and the weight's on their inner thigh. Now they can have their head a long way back. So the first way in which we're going to support their head is positionally. And if your baby has ended up like this because they've squirmed while going in, it's a really simple fix. I'm just going to pop my hands in and just gently tilt their pelvis towards me, give them a little tuck and snuggle onto their bottom, and then pull the fabric out on both sides so that it sits all the way to the backs of the knees, and then the baby will be held in that lovely comfy chair pose. You can then pull this down, and then if they need a bit more head support because it still doesn't feel quite supportive enough, now there are a good few things we can do. If they are asleep and they like this, we can tuck the back of their head gently with the fabric. Now, not all babies like this. So if your baby is awake and they're squirming and they don't like this, you don't have to do it. But for a sleepy baby, this can be a really nice way of just getting a little bit more support, and can be really helpful, particularly if you're bending over. If you are bending over, I always recommend a gentle hand to hold just in case, but this can be really helpful. However, if your baby is wide awake and moving around and they're constantly turning their head, or their head is sort of planted inwards, we can just leave this strap untucked, or we can even completely twist it out the way, as I've done on the other side, so that baby has plenty of space around their face to breathe and to move and turn their head. How I'm going to support their neck then is to make sure this is sitting all the way in the back of the neck. And even if I didn't have these twisted, even if I was tucking the back of the head from one side, I would want that all the way up in the back of the neck. And having this nice and snug and nice and tight with that elastic in the back of the neck provides a certain amount of light support in the back of their neck. And again, will allow them to move their head but not lose control. If this doesn't feel like enough, we can beef this up, and we can beef this up in a couple of ways. Number one is we can take a muslin, excuse the fact that mine's actually a kitchen towel, roll it up into a little sausage shape, and then pop it in the pocket part of the outer layer to make a little muslin pillow, like so. And now if baby is moving and pushing, they've got like a lovely pillow neck support behind them. If you don't have a muslin, although this is a great way of storing a muslin, or you don't like getting it in there, it's the wrong shape, you can also roll it in like this. Or if it was a very warm day, you could even literally just roll this part up, so put a few layers and turn it itself into a pillow. Note that you don't have to have this coming under the bottom. The purpose of this layer is to secure the top part of the carrier and to support baby's head. It has no function at the bottom, so it really, if it's warm and you feel more comfortable doing this, you can really do this and not worry about covering the bottom of the carrier. So I hope this has helped explain how to get a little bit more head support in this carrier. If you have any questions or worries or concerns, please pop them in the comments below. And as ever, if this has been helpful, please like, subscribe. It really helps. Thanks.